Hello, 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 everybody. It's your girl, Deanna here from Femme Fitale Fit Club. We have a great topic to talk about today. It is how other ways to measure your weight loss or fitness loss besides using the scale. So I'm going to wait for some people to start watching so that I can drop some pearls for you guys. As you join, please drop your name and city or state or country that you're watching from. I'd like to know who's watching. And share this live on your feed, have a watch party, all those great things. Sharing is caring. So make sure your friends and family know that this is going on right now. I see 6 eyes watching me, so drop your name, city, state, or country that you're watching from, and I'm going to get started soon. Also, make sure if you have questions as we have this discussion, please drop them in comments, and I will work through those questions and getting those answered for you. So, hey Daphne, how you doing? Make sure you share this live. And let us know where you are watching from. Hey, Lori, Centillionaire Davis. Awesome. I'm also going to be drinking some tea because it is cold here. We're expecting snow, like major inches. I thought we would be able to get out of this winter without it, but doesn't appear so. Who else we have? Hey, Daphne saying hey. We have Deborah from the Bronx. My cousin grew up in Co-op City, so I know a lot about that part of the Bronx. We got Elaine, Sharita. Hey, Sharita, how you doing? Deborah Levine. Atlanta, GA. I also lived in Atlanta for a while, for about 9 years, give or take in Decatur. Where's greater? So we got about 15 people watching. Make sure you, so we're talking about ways, WEIGHS, you can measure your fitness progress without a scale. Okay, so I'm about to start dropping that knowledge a little for you guys and giving you hopefully some great options so that you're not so dependent on the scale and what the scale has to say. Hey, Shanita from Augusta, Georgia. Hi, Augusta. Awesome. Hey, Kenner, Kentucky. We got everybody up and down the Eastern Seaboard so far. We got Co-op, oh yeah, Co-op City, and oh yeah, she lived in Section 5 of Co-op City off of Erskine. We got Ileana Feliciano. Thanks for watching, guys. I know you have a busy morning. It's Saturday. There's lots to do, but I'm glad you were able to take some time to come watch and get some information. All right, so we are talking about ways you can measure your fitness and weight loss progress without using the scale. First and foremost, let me just state the obvious. A lot of times we are very dependent on the scale. Most of us, we tend to be, because that's how we were trained. If you want to know how much weight you lost, jump on a scale, a body weight scale. And while that might be simple and easy for some of us because mostly everyone owns a body weight scale, it may not always be the best way to measure how well you are progressing with your weight loss and your fitness journey. And here's why. The scale simply measures your mass times acceleration or gravity. That's it, okay? It's not going into composition. It's not going into how much water. It's not breaking down everything. So your mass, meaning your not just your fat cells and your muscles, but your bones, your teeth, your hair, everything, blood, everything. It measures that. That's what it's weighing, so to speak. And then you multiply that by gravity out here on Earth, and that's how you get your weight that is displayed on the scale. That's an oversimplification of measuring your fitness progress. So that's why while the scale doesn't lie, because I heard people say, oh, the scale's the liar. No, it's not. It's giving you the information as long as it's calibrated properly. The scale is giving you the information, but it's not necessarily the whole story. And that's where issues come in, where people are like, throw the scale out, it's not telling the truth because my clothes fit differently, but the weight didn't change. So let's eliminate one myth. So people are like, oh, well, that's because muscle weighs more than fat. Let's be clear. Muscle does not weigh more than fat. Muscle is more dense than fat. So if you wanted to measure a space of fat and an equal space of muscle, you will need more muscle to add in order to occupy the same amount of space as fat, which then means the muscle is, based on that cubic feet or cubic inch or whatever, it weighs more because there's more muscle that it required to fill up that same amount of space, because fat is fluffy. Fat takes up more space. Okay, so that's why your clothes can fit a certain way and fit better, but the scale may not move. It's not because muscle weighs more than fat. It's because you're changing your body composition from fat. You're burning more fat and reducing your fat and improving and increasing your muscle mass, which is excellent. That's what you want. Okay, so what can you use? What are some ways you can use to determine or to measure fitness as you progress on this fitness journey? Well, I've already mentioned one. How do your clothes fit? If you have these favorite pair of jeans or this favorite dress and you could barely bring them up over your knees, and now you are able to bring them all the way up to your waist or over your head, and it doesn't feel tight and snug anywhere, that's progress. You are making progress. You are losing, fat, which is a good thing. The weight may not change on the scale, but your clothes are fitting better. You pulling out stuff from the back of the closet again, or out of the trunk, which is an awesome thing. So your clothes fitting better, or not too tight or what have you, is a great way to measure your fitness progress. Another way to measure fitness progress is you feel stronger. Hey Florida, hey Dallas, you feel stronger. What I mean by that, you are able to lift more weight when you work out an exercise. You're no longer on the 5. Hey Nilo, you're no longer on the 5 pound. You're now went up to the 8 and 10 pound weight when you start doing certain exercises. You are able to carry more bags into the house from the trunk from the grocery store than you were able to before. You're able to pick up the kids, even though they're heavier and older, the toddlers, and they don't feel as heavy. That is progress, okay? That is a good thing. You feel stronger, so don't forget that. So next up, better endurance. Okay, hey Patricia, good morning. And if you guys have questions, just drop them in comments. I'm happy to answer them once I get through these 5 ways to measure fitness progress without the body weight scale. So the next one is you have improved endurance. You are able to walk up the steps without being out of breath. You are able to walk around the track without being exhausted. It takes more effort for you to start feeling exhausted than previous. That's how you know you're making progress, because our body's adaptive. The more you do something, the first time your body's like, whoa, what's going on? And it's going to kind of freak out and you're going to be like, I'm dying. But as you continue doing that thing that you might hate because you hate the feeling that you had the first time you did it, but if you continue doing it and put in the same level of effort or more, it's going to start getting easier because our body is very adaptive. And that's why we constantly have to switch things up when it comes to our workouts and intensity, because our body gets used to things, and therefore you start plateauing and you don't see the progress that you want to make. So, endurance, better endurance. You're able to run more, run longer. You're able to walk further. You're able to climb steps, without being out of breath. You're able to jump rope longer without getting out of breath. You can also tell if you wear a heart rate monitor. When you're doing that same exercise from week 1 to week 3, you'll see that your heart rate also adjusted. Your heart isn't pumping as hard as it did the first time you did a new exercise versus 3 weeks in of doing the same exercise. You'll notice your heart rate isn't jumping up as much. That means you're improving your endurance, you're getting better. And that's what we all want. Okay? Next up, and this one is very, very important, and I don't think people focus on it enough. Everyone's worried about numbers, and typically, Everyone's worried about numbers, and typically the number on the scale. The numbers you really need to be worried about are your vitals, because that's going to tell the story of your overall health. What I mean by vitals, I'm talking about blood glucose levels. I'm talking about blood pressure that you get when they take your vitals as soon as that's one of the first things they do when you go to the doctor's office. I'm talking about your resting heart rate. What is that like? Your cholesterol. I don't know about now because of the pandemic, but in the past, several companies do offer like a wellness biometric screen once a year, and sometimes they'll take those results and apply it to your health plan or your medical benefit and reduce your premium depending on what your scores are. It also measures your BMI, things like that, body mass index. Those numbers are really the important numbers, in my opinion. They're more important than the weight number, okay? Because that's what's going to indicate whether you are, pre-diabetic. It's going to indicate whether you have high cholesterol, high blood pressure. Therefore, that is something that you definitely want to watch, because you do not want chronic diseases. And it is known that for women, a waist measurement of 35 inches or more, or a BMI considered not overweight, but obese 1, because there's levels to obesity, but obese 1 increases your chances of getting a chronic disease, diabetes, diabetes, stroke level types of issues, high cholesterol, high blood hypertension, cancer, certain cancers, things like that. It's not guaranteed, but if you are able to manage your vitals, and a lot of that is manageable by your weight and your lifestyle, hopefully you should be able to manage some of that as well. I recently heard from someone who told me that they weigh over 300 pounds. They have a 15-year-old son, and they want to be around for that son. But they just sit around. They say they eat whatever they want and what have you. But over time, being highly sedentary like that, with that high weight, and you're only like 5'3", that's going to catch up with you eventually, depending on age, and other factors. But it's going to catch up with you. So you definitely want to chill and try to move at least once a day, at least 3 to 5 days a week, if possible, for at least 30 minutes to maintain, an hour to lose some excess body weight. So that's the other thing. Vitals are vital. Check your blood pressure. The highest range you should be is 120 over 80. Anything over that, they're going to start looking at you a little funny, talking about, you might have slight hypertension or things like that. So you want to check that and make sure your vitals are on point at all times, because that can be whack vitals could actually be an indication that you are about to hit medication territory. And who wants to be on meds? Not me. I'm sure not you. So the next and final tip I have to determine your fitness progress and weight loss progress is you get better sleep. And you guys know I rant on this all the time about the lack of sleep that I see many of you getting or not getting. Because when I log in to my group, to the group chat or to the club on Facebook in the morning after my workout, I see many of you have posted, and it's only it's like 7 o'clock my time, and you guys posted 4 hours ago. And it's like a big old discussion, all this going on. I've been asleep. I'm sleeping at 3 in the morning. I don't understand. And then people are like, well, I'm tired the next day. I don't have energy to work out or do anything. You're hustling backwards and you're hurting yourself, because better sleep. Okay, yes, better sleep. When you have I have good sound sleep. But when you are able to have a good sound sleep, and it's not an issue to fall asleep and then get your 6 to 8 hours of sleep in, that's when you have broken the code and you are getting better. This insomnia, and I know there's other reasons for that, as far as stress and things like that. But go to sleep, people. Go to sleep. Turn the TV off, turn social media off, put your phone upside down so the blue light doesn't shine in your face. Turn the ringer off if you need to. Put the phone in the other room. Turn on your DVR to record your shows. Just go to sleep. Go to bed. People aren't going to bed, and you will find that once you go to sleep and get a good night's sleep, when you wake up the next morning, you have so much energy. So much energy. You're able to not only do your workouts, you're able to conquer the world. You think better. You are more, you're more focused. You're not kind of all over the place because you're tired and drowsy, and all you want to do is go back to sleep. And then you try to sleep and you can't sleep. So better sleep is a great indication that you are making progress along your fitness journey. I am a big advocate of it because here's the thing. When you guys are up late at night, early in the mornings, midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, or what have you, your body is going to say, hey, I want to eat. I'm hungry. But it's not going to want like a healthy meal. It's going to be like, I want something quick and satisfying. So something salty, something fatty, or something full of sugar. And while those three things alone aren't necessarily bad, in excess, they can wreak havoc on your body. Okay? So sugar, fat, and salt isn't necessarily a bad thing on their own, but when you overconsume sugar, fat, and salt in those processed foods, those treats that you have in your pantry, and all those things, that can become a problem. And that happens because there's a hormone, ghrelin, that it says, hey, I'm hungry. And it triggers when you up late like that because you should be asleep anyway. You last ate 7 hours ago, and now it's 2 a.m., and your body's like, hey, well, since we up, let's eat. And we're not going to go and cook a big meal or eat leftovers. We're going to go for the chips, the ice cream, the, cookies, crackers, cupcakes, all the seeds, all the simple carbs, or what have you. Now, simple carbs have their place. So they're not bad per se, but we tend to overconsume simple carbs because they're easy to get and they're cheap. So get your sleep. Okay. Hey, Tanya, how you doing? I see D is on. Jasmine, thanks for watching, guys. Drop your city, state, or country that you're watching from. Those are my five tips, and I'm going to go over them briefly again. But if you have any questions about anything health or fitness related, let me know. Drop them in comments. So here's what we said. We said your clothes, 5 things that can help you measure Fayetteville. Hey, that will help you measure your fitness. Number 1, your clothes fit better. Austin, Texas, in the house. Your clothes fit better. That's an excellent indication that you are going in the right direction. Okay. Tip number 2, you feel stronger. You're able to carry more grocery bags at the same time. You're able to pick up the kids without struggling. You're able to push more weight when you work out than you were before. Yes, Tanya, Maryland in the house. All those things. So clothes fit better. You feel stronger. Number 3, better endurance. You're able to go longer. Whatever it is that you're doing that's cardio related. You're able to climb stairs without huffing and puffing. You're able to walk down the hall without huffing and puffing. You're able to walk or run around the track without huffing and puffing. You're able to run further. You're just able to do more than you were able to do previously. That's how you know your fitness is improving. Number 4, good vitals, blood pressure, blood glucose levels, your cholesterol level, or your lipids, as well as your resting heart rate. All of those factors are good if they're in a good normal range, you have an excellent HDL cholesterol and a low LDL, that's what you want. Your doctors are going to be so proud of you. But you want, like I said, blood pressure is 120/80. That's really the highest. They don't want you going above 120/80. That's not the baseline. That is like, don't go above this. If you're below 120/80, with a diastolic or systolic, you're good, okay? So that's what you want. And then last but not least, which I implore all of you to get, is more sleep. Sleep. Turn the TV off, put on your DVR, record your favorite show, Turn all the lights off, get the blackout your windows if you can, with the special shades. Turn your phone on, put it on vibrate, turn it upside down, put it in the other room so that blue light's not shining in your face, so that you can get restful sleep. You will find when you get restful sleep from 6 to 8 hours, the next morning, you're going to have so much energy. You're going to want to do more, be more active, and your workouts will be even that much better. You will have better focus. You'll be able to think more, think better, no brain fog. All of that are the benefits of getting better sleep. And it is a good indication that your fitness is moving in the right direction. All right, so those are the 5 tips, guys. Leave a comment or a question, and I'm still checking. I don't see any questions, but leave a comment or question that you'd like for me to answer. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait on it. So we got Austin, we got Fayetteville. My mom lives in Hartsville, South Carolina. That's about, I don't know, few hours from Fayetteville. We got St. Louis. We got Springfield, Illinois. Ooh, I'm sure it's cold there. Dallas. Yep, I think I'm all cut up. All right, 5 tips. We just went over 5 ways to measure your fitness progress without using the body weight scale. Your clothes fit better, you feel stronger, you have better endurance, your vitals, blood pressure, blood glucose, lipids, cholesterol levels, resting heart rate all looks good within healthy range. And 5, you're getting good sleep. Hey Sean, how you doing from Michigan? You're getting good sleep. Those are the 5 things, okay, that are ways to measure your fitness progress without the scale. Now, I did say prior and at the very beginning of this, and you'll be able to watch this again, but the scale is not a bad thing, okay? The scale is just one data point, though, and it's not telling the entire story. So while I don't believe the scale is a liar, the scale tells the truth as long as it's calibrated properly. While the scale doesn't lie, the scale isn't telling everything, okay? And that's the problem that some people have when they say the scale is lying, it's not telling me the truth. It is. It's just one data point though. You need more data points in order to really determine if you're making progress or not. So Tanya says, thanks, this was so helpful. I have seen improvement in my fitness, but feeling discouraged because I want the scale to move faster. I get it. Again, the body weight scale is a very quick and easy way to determine progress. Everyone pretty much owns one. They're very affordable, and you put them in your bathroom and people just jump on them and see if they're making progress or not, and that's fine. And I get it. You want your the numbers to change quickly and all of that, but Rome wasn't built in a day. You didn't gain all the weight in a day. If it took you a year or 2 years to gain all that weight, don't give yourself a realistic expectation. Set your goals realistically. Set SMART goals. So that you can manage your own expectations and don't get disappointed when the scale may not say a certain thing. But if you have those other 5 things, you're making progress. Who cares? The scale is just one factor. Again, clothes fit better, you feel stronger, better endurance, your vitals are excellent, and you're getting good sleep. Hey Sean, so good to see you too. I'm here every Saturday now at 10 o'clock Eastern. To answer any questions that you guys have and to chat about any topics that you want to chat about. This week, we're talking about ways to measure your fitness progress without the body weight scale. We got Philly in the house. Just drove through PA the other day. We got Pensacola. Awesome, guys. So Tanya, I hope that was helpful for you because I know how discouraging it can be. We put first off, there's a lot of emphasis made with use the scale to measure your progress. And we've all been kind of indoctrinated with that mindset. But there are other ways to measure progress. And trust, you are making progress. The scale may not budge or it may not budge as much as you want, but you are making progress. So keep that in mind. And also keep your goals visible in front of you so that, and I said SMART goals. So they're specific, they're measurable, they're attainable, they are realistic, and they are time boxed or time driven. So there's a specific time that you want to achieve certain things, but I would say of all of them, specificity and being realistic are the top two as far as creating SMART goals. So, hey, LaTanya, thank you for the tips. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, guys. All right, Tanya said that helped. All right, cool. Any other questions or any other concerns or any other things that you're battling with as related to health, fitness, and wellness? We can sway off this topic if you've got enough information to move forward. But if you have other questions, definitely let me know. Deanna, this is super helpful when you plateau, especially. Yes. Plateauing. Okay. So that is a big topic. A lot of people are like, I'm plateauing. I'm not getting any further than, my waist stopped, my measurement. I'm not decreasing size anymore. And, what am I doing or not doing? So at the very beginning of this chat, remember I said our bodies are highly adaptive. What that means is our bodies will figure it, like the first time you do something, your body might be like, whoa, what's going on? I don't understand. And your body's working overtime to achieve and do whatever it is you're doing for the first time. If you keep doing that thing regularly, your body's going to figure it out and it's going to learn how to be efficient in executing on that exercise or that move or that workout. So that the first time you perform that workout, your heart rate may have been shooting out the roof. By the 10th time you do that workout, your heart rate is not going up as high and it's not as hard. That's because your body's adapted. That's because you got stronger and your body adapted. I say all that to say, when you plateau, that is telling you need to switch something up. And there's several ways you can switch things up. You can, the way that most people wouldn't think to do is stop working out for about 2 weeks. Now don't eat more, don't start binging, but just take a break from exercising for a week or two. Then go back to it. You will find that your body will start working a little harder again to perform those workouts and exercises. Another thing is switch up your exercise and your workout routine about every 3 to 4 weeks. So if you do X, Y, and Z every Monday, ABC every Tuesday or whatever, you need to switch that up come week 3. So switch up maybe the number of sets, the number of reps, switch up the weight, increase the weight that you're using. Those 5 pounds might be great when you first started because you were struggling, but now you've been at this for 3 months. I'm expecting you to be at least 10 pounds performing certain workouts, especially for upper body. In 3 months in versus day 1. Because that's what's gonna push your body. So you don't want to plateau. You got to change things up so that you don't plateau, because your body is smart, guys. Our bodies are very, very smart, and our bodies also are lazy in that our bodies want to find the easiest way to spend the least amount of energy to achieve something. So once your body figures out this workout, we got this. We know what to do. We know how to conserve so that we don't have to spend as much energy. Therefore, you're not burning as many calories. Therefore, it's harder to get in a daily caloric deficit. Therefore, it's harder to achieve your weight loss goals. Okay? So I hope that was helpful. So let's see here. Patricia said that was helpful. Awesome. And Barbara, I know the weight is not going to come off in a day as long as I see progress. Yes, and these 5 ways are other ways that you can progress and actually illustrate or demonstrate that you are making progress beyond the scale. Your clothes fit better, you feel stronger, better endurance, better vitals, and you're getting better sleep. Those are the 5. I did that and exploded in weight loss. Exactly, Sean, exactly. Staying asleep. So I will admit, when I'm in sleep, I'm good. Once you touch me or once I wake up in the middle of the night, it's harder for me to go back to sleep. So I will admit that. But a lot of times I fall asleep so early. I've already got like 5 or 6 hours in already. Because I like to sleep. But once you touch me and I'm up, it's, it's harder for me to go back to sleep. But do your best to go to sleep and stay asleep. It's so important. Sleep is so important. Your body repairs itself. Your body rebuilds itself. It's important. Rest is the magic. Okay, it's not when you're in there lifting the actual weight. rest is when the magic happens. Okay. So let's see here. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Duchess. Hey, Duchess. How you doing? Hey, Duchess from California. Oh, you up early? Well, let's see. Yeah, this is early for you. 7 o'clock, 7:30. So Nayla says, I was wondering, I was working out consistently at home 4 to 5 days a week and stopped. I'm an intermittent faster and have still lost inches and pounds, but I want to start working out again. Any suggestions on how to get back up again with working out? All right, so that's a very interesting point, and that's a very important one. So Naylo says she was working out 4 or 5 days a week. She stopped, but she kept on her intermittent fasting schedule, and she still lost weight. That's because weight loss is 80% nutrition. Okay, 80% nutrition, because that's what you're doing. If you work out for an hour a day, that's about 4% of your day. You are eating throughout the day, typically. You don't just have. Not many people are doing one meal a day, so you just eat one big meal and that's it. Typically, you're eating throughout the day, starting maybe around 7 to 8, ending maybe around 6, 7. If you stay up late at night, probably not until midnight. But nutrition is the number one way and the best way to lose weight. But here's the thing. Losing weight is okay, but it really depends. Because because remember, weight is what? Mass times acceleration or gravity. Your weight is muscle, fat, bones, hair, teeth, nails, all of that, blood, water, body water. If you are losing weight because you're losing muscle because you are not resistance training, that's not good. You don't want to lose weight because of muscle loss. For us women in particular, that can result in, brittle bones, osteoporosis. You fall and break a hip. That's why a lot of older people fall. When they fall and they have brittle bones because they've shrunk. Their muscles have atrophied or shrunk. So while nutrition is number one for weight loss, what I like to explain to my clients is you really want to focus on fat loss, not weight loss, because you want to maintain your muscle or build or lean tone muscles, but you want to get rid of the excess fat because that's not a friend. It's not a friend of yours. Fat, that especially the deep fat that surrounds your organs, that's not good. That will have your organs struggling, and that can have you in a predicament that you don't want to be in. So you want to really get rid of excess fat, and you do that with being in a caloric deficit and resistance training. So the question is, how do I get back to working out? I always say this, and it's not because I have one, but because I've done it myself. I say get you a fitness program or a personal trainer or something that will get you regimented, get you disciplined. That is a plan that all you have to do. You don't even have to think about it. You just do it. Okay. I'm a trainer, and sometimes I look to other trainers to train me because for me, it's almost like eating my own meal as a chef every day. In my brain, I already know what I programmed. Therefore, I'm already anticipating certain things. But when I have another trainer, when I purchase a plan from another trainer, they know my goals, what are all these things. I don't have a preconceived notion of what it is I'm going to be doing because it's something totally different and new, and it shocks my brain and it shocks my body. So I would recommend you get with a program. And as you guys know, I have Cinch and Inch coming up February 15th. And it's for beginners. And if you have mobility issues, you can also do the low impact version of the daily workouts. That I'll put the link in the bottom later once I finish the live. But that is an option. And again, it is for beginner, intermediate, or beginner fitness levels, as well as intermediate. You would just increase your weights that you would use. But that's starting February 15th. Duchess is in it, and a few other people have signed up for it. So I'm pretty excited about that. And for this Cinch and Inch challenge, I have added another element. We are going to be doing weekly calls. Just with that private group. So it's not going to be here in public. It's just with the private group. We will be doing weekly calls to talk through, to celebrate successes, talk about achievements, as well as some challenges and what people may be struggling with. So you will get my time on Zoom if you have signed up, for the Cinch an Inch challenge, and we can talk through. We'll have basically a group chat and talk through what's working, what's not working, and ways to improve. And the Cinch an Inch challenge does come with a meal guide, a general meal guide. So Nalo, I hope that was helpful, and I hope that answered your question. Hey, Janisha, how you doing? Okay, Duchess is about to get up and work out at 8 o'clock. That's what I'm trying to hear. Barbara says, my problem is sleeping. I go to sleep at 2 a.m. in the morning. I can't sleep early. Well, 2 a.m., well, it depends on what you call early. 2 a.m. is early, early morning. But what time, Barbara, what time do you normally get up? Because if you're getting up at 6, let's say 6 a.m. your time, and you're going to bed, that's only 4 hours worth of sleep. I don't know how you're making it through the day. And let's just know, when your body doesn't get enough rest, it will hold on to fat. It will hold on to body fat. It will, because it's like, I don't know what's going on. And you actually stress yourself out. And you create more cortisol, which is a stress hormone, which tends to store fat around your middle, around your midsection. So get that sleep. 2 a.m. I mean, what do you consider early? Going to bed early. 10 o'clock. That's 4 hours earlier. Go to bed at 10, wake up at 6. That's 8 hours, right? If you go to bed, even if you go to bed at 11 and wake up at 6, that's 7 hours. That's better than 4. And that's the thing I'm noticing, guys. People aren't going to bed. People aren't sleeping. You guys are up all day, up all night, up all morning, early morning on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all that. Put that junk away and go to bed. All right, let's see here. So Barbara, I had some questions for you. So hopefully you can drop them in the comments as far as what do you consider going to bed early? And what time do you normally get up in the morning? Your time. So Nayla says, weight loss is 80% nutrition. Yep, that's a good point. Weight is mass times acceleration. Yep, I don't want to lose weight because of muscle loss. No, you do not. No, you do not. That's why resistance training is so good. So while you're eating to lose excess fat, you still want to build muscle because we want to be strong. Can't really see it. You want to be strong. And you want strong, ladies, we want strong bones. Have you ever remembered a woman that may have been in your life and you've met her and she's like now elderly and you're like, man, she is shorter than I ever imagined. She probably shrunk. And she shrunk because as we get older, we also lose muscle mass. You know that. Unless you are, participating in resistance training to help maintain, grow, and retain muscle. So we naturally atrophy, we naturally lose muscle, and we will shrink. And have you seen those ladies that are hunched over at the grocery store or, at church or what have you? That's not what you want. So eat the right way, which is excellent. That will help address your caloric deficits, but also weight train, resistance training. That means using resistance bands, something that resists you when you are trying to push a weight. So you can use body weight. Body weight is a good start, but your body will get used to that. Especially if you start dropping weight, you're pushing less body weight, actually. So you want to get like dumbbells, kettlebell, resistance bands, mini and regular, and super bands, that real big band, or what have you. I might do a workout with the super band to show you some moves with that. But you want to do a super band or something to give resistance, okay? To build lean muscle or to tone. And just so you ladies know, when we use the term tone, that term is used in the industry because it has been proven that women don't like the word building muscle. So just so you know, toning is just building lean muscle, okay? But it's a friendlier term. When we say tone and get lean, women think of using weights as a man thing and that you will start looking like a man. Well, I will tell you, you're not going to look like a man with hulky muscles pushing 5-pound weights. You're not. Even if you're pushing 50-pound weights, you're not. Men get bulky and big like that because they have a hormone called testosterone, which is 20 times more than what women have. Our main hormone is estrogen, which is why our body tends to hold on to fat because we are, childbearing. We have babies. and our bodies need that. But if you will lift heavy weights, you will actually create curves. You will not get bulky like a man, okay? Unless you have a condition where your testosterone levels are higher than normal, okay? All right, let's see. More questions. We got Selena, we got Jennifer is watching. Hey, what is the cost for the private group? Oh, so the Cinch Itch, so Nayla's asking about the Cinch Itch. So the Cinch Itch is just a 28-day fitness challenge. I am incorporating a Zoom chat every week to address any questions or concerns that people may have, and to also shout people out on achievements and accomplishments. That is $24.99 for 28 days, so it's less than $1 a day. And it comes with a meal guide that is about 1,400 calories a day, but it really is to show you what appropriate portion sizes look like, what kind of healthy foods one should be thinking about consuming as you're trying to lose fat. So I need something intimate and small too. Very helpful. Thank you. Yes. I do also do one-on-one virtual training as well. I have one client that I actually train live through Zoom. That's private. And I also produce or provide workouts for people that I don't necessarily train with them. I create it for them and they work out on their own. So I do that as well. And I can put all those links in the bottom once I'm done. We got Ayana here. We got Barb. Okay, so you get up at 10 a.m. So you go to bed at 2 a.m. and you get up at 10. That's 8 hours. So you should be good. As long as, I don't necessarily care what time you go to sleep per se. It's how long you sleep and the quality of that sleep. That's what's important. All right, Jamie. Every time we work out, do we need to do weight training or can you have just cardio and ab days? Okay. Yeah, you can. You can have ab days, and actually, I like having just ab days. Just know you have ab days just about every day because every move you make, you are engaging your core. You know that by just if you work your core really hard one day and it's sore, you'll know you're working your core when you start laughing. You're like, ooh, I'm sore. Don't make me laugh. Or, ooh, I'm sore when you sneeze. Or, ooh, I'm doing this standing exercise, but well, how come I feel it in my stomach? Because you're engaging your core. So you technically engage your core every day. But yeah, you can do cardio. You can have a cardio day. Absolutely. What I see a lot of though, and what I wish would change is that I see people overdoing cardio. And while cardio is great for heart health, too much of it can actually eat away at your muscle and help and reduce your muscle. And remember, our goal is we want to improve or increase lean muscle on our bones, on our musculoskeletal system. Let's say that 5 times fast. But you want to increase the, hey Carla, how you doing? You want to increase the muscle and lean muscle. And cardio, depending on how much you do, could eat away at some of that progress. Okay, so you got to be careful. And you also got to up your protein consumption if you're going to be doing mass amounts of cardio so that you're kind of stockpiling against some of the muscle you might lose by consuming more protein. But you can have just cardio days. I had someone contact me the other day. They were like, "Oh, Deanna, my arms are flabby. I'm losing muscle. I might want to sign up with a program with you." And I said, "Well, are you back at the gym?" And they're like, "No, but when I go to the gym, I do spin and I do Zumba." And I said, "That's all cardio. You're not going to build any muscle that way. That's all cardio. Again, which is good for your heart. Don't get me wrong. But we do want to build muscle." And also the other benefit of building lean muscle and walking around with more lean muscle on your body is muscle takes more energy to maintain than fat. So that means you're burning more calories as you're sitting around resting than if you were carrying more fat on your body. So that's another good benefit of why you want to have more muscle on your body. Do you still have bands? Actually, Sean, I still do. I still have the mini resistance bands that work great for upper body as well as lower body. And I can put that link in here when I'm done as well. So we got Carla. So yes, Nayla, I will put the link to the Cinch an Inch, and I actually posted it in the group earlier this morning too. So you can find it there as well. And the young lady in the picture, those are her actual results after 30 days on the challenge. She lost good inches. So those results are real. That's not Photoshop. How much cardio do you recommend a week? Good question. So I would say a week, maybe 2 to 3 days of, 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. Your body starts switching into fat burning mode after about 20 minutes of active cardio. So I would say at least 30 minutes, 30 to 40. But I wouldn't go like haywire crazy. Again, I like to focus women on the resistance training, because that has so many benefits, because if you hit it right, you're gonna burn more fat or more calories even after you finish your workout. When you finish cardio, it's done. You stop burning. When you are building lean muscle, your body can keep burning. And another technique to slip in cardio while you're resistance training is called integrated cardio, where you do an exercise or weight resistance move, and then you do like 30 seconds to 60 seconds of jump rope, high knees, butt kickers, mountain climbers, or sprinting on a treadmill in between each move. That's a great way to get cardio in, and doesn't become a boring, laborious chore. So you combine it that way, your body will really be like, what's going on if you did that? So that's a great way to also bust through plateaus. So how much is too much cardio? Too much cardio is all you do is cardio, in my opinion, my professional opinion. And what I mean by that, and Shantae asked that, what I mean by that is you go to the home or gym, wherever, and you are just on the step mill and the treadmill for an hour every day. That's all you do. You will notice that your body will shrink. You will get smaller. You'll lose weight. But you won't have any shape. You'll just be a smaller version of what you were when you were bigger. You'll just shrink a little. That's it. If you want to build curves and you want to, have a nice physique, nice arms, nice back, especially when summer comes, and you want nice toned legs, that comes from resistance training, not cardio. Okay, so I've seen people when I was in the gym. I'm not there right now, but when I was in the gym, I see people. I'd be in the gym for an hour. They've been on that thing, that treadmill, or that step mill, or that rower since before I got there. And when I'm leaving, they still on it. and it's like every time I would go to the gym, I would go like 4 or 5 times a week. See those same people, just on that cardio machine, just on that elliptical, just. And the funny thing is, and they've been doing it for months. And I once had a guy come up to me at the gym and say, you know what? I've seen you train your clients, and your clients have been making progress. I see these people on the same elliptical every day doing the same exact thing. They still look the same. And that's because their body has adapted. They're not challenging themselves. They're doing the exact same. I mean, if you are exercising and you can have a casual conversation, which I see a lot of these people do or used to, you're not exerting yourself. If you're able to, hey girl, hey, and you're like, hey, on the elliptical, and you're like, yeah, da, 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 and you're not exerted at all, I don't even know why you're doing it then. I mean, you're active, but I don't know if you're going to see the results, because again, I've seen people do that for 6 months and they look exactly the same, or they've gained. Okay, so I answered the question on how much cardio a week, how much is too much. Okay, Nayla, okay, I'll look at the group and get the link. Okay, yep. And it's in the Cinch an Inch challenge, which starts February 14th, the day after Valentine's Day. That's on purpose. We will have 28 days. You will have workouts, daily workouts, motivation, healthy habit tips, and indicators to keep you on track. As well as I'm now going to be including a weekly, and we got to decide as a group what day of the week you want that, but we're going to do a weekly check-in, so I don't know how things are going with you guys in the challenge, because I want everybody to be successful. That's just me. So Sean says, I feel like I need help with specific spots. How do I work those hard areas where we're genetically dispositioned. Yeah. So there are, like, I have naturally bigger hips. Some people have naturally bigger butts, whatever. My former roommate, she had naturally big shoulders. So she was a competitor. She did get on stage, and she was able to naturally build her shoulders because that's just how she was predispositioned. So just so people are clear what Sean is asking, she's asking about how to strengthen or build muscle in certain body parts. You can spot train weight, or you can spot train muscle. You cannot spot train fat, where you lose fat. Your body's going to lose fat where it wants to lose fat because that's what your environment and your genetics said it wants to lose fat. Okay? Everybody's different. So because Jane looked different, she did this and she now did all of that, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. You got to find what works for you. But you can spot train. We call it isolation movements, even though your body always uses other things to help with a certain activity or movement. And what I mean by that is if your shoulders, shoulder presses, you feel like, it's just working my shoulders, but you're also working your biceps. You can feel it. And if you're standing, you're also engaging your core. So there's, just find those exercises that work that body part and maybe incorporate 2 workouts a week focused on that body part that you're trying to develop. Okay? So Sean says, I feel like I need, okay, yep, read that one. Awesome, Jamie, I'm so happy it's helpful. So what's your recommendation for resistance training? So Duchess, you're in the Cinchonist Challenge and you're gonna see, come closer to the date, that there are exercises there that are all resistance training, which are all resistance and exercises. That's why I had asked you guys, I think yesterday, what kind of equipment you have at home, like exercise equipment, dumbbells, resistance bands, what do you have? Because the exercises you're going to be doing on the Cinchonist program will require you to use them. There's very few body weight exercises in this program, okay? Because this program is designed to reduce inches, right? So inches from body fat, not muscle loss. So there's a lot of resistance training daily. There's some cardio, so that's what you'll be doing. So like bicep curls, tricep extensions, bent over rows, flies, chest presses, push-ups, those kind of things. Squats, curtsy squats, deadlifts, sumo deadlifts, those kinds of things. So you'll love it. You'll love it. So thighs. Yeah, look up thigh exercises, Sean. So get a mini resistance band, do clamshells, do lateral leg lifts while you're laying on the ground or while you're standing, kickbacks, donkey kicks, fire hydrants, all of those things. Sumo squats, I found, are really, really good for the thighs. Sumo squats and sumo deadlifts. And then there's a way you can place your feet, and I posted it in here. I thought I posted it in here a couple of days ago of the different foot placements for deadlifts that will hit your inner thigh. So if you do position 1 for those ballet lovers and do your deadlifts, you're going to feel it on your inner thigh. And if you do pigeon toe, so your toes are together, and you do your deadlifts, you're going to feel it again on your inner thigh. So those are some thigh ways you can work on your thighs. Step-ups, lateral step-ups on a step bench or a chair or a sturdy chair. That is excellent for your thighs as well. So, yep. You cannot spot train fat, all fat be gone. Right, Carla, exactly. You cannot spot train fat. You can spot train muscle, though. Yes, you can spot train muscle, meaning if you want to build your shoulders, then get with a program that hits your shoulder muscles more, your anterior, medial, as well as posterior delts. And you can build your muscles. So you can focus on muscle. You can spot train muscle. You cannot spot train or spot reduce fat. Excellent point. Okay, yep, you did it, yep. Okay, I'll try that, yep. Any other questions, guys? I think, we got 3 minutes left. I like to respect people's time. My clients know that. I come early or I'll come on time and I'm like, all right, we're almost done with your session. So are there any other questions that I can answer for you? So like I said, we talked about 5 ways you can measure fitness progress without the scale. How well your clothes fit, You feel stronger, improved endurance, your vitals are on point, your blood pressure, blood glucose, cholesterol levels, resting heart rate, and you're getting much better sleep. You are welcome, Duchess. I look forward to you in the challenge, Duchess. I have big expectations. I hope you're very active in the group, because we do have a private group outside of this group for the challenge. People who participate in the challenge. It's the Cinch Challenge. It starts in February. We start on February 15th. It's $24.99. There are still some early bird spaces, but if you don't like, but there's no more early bird traditional meal plan spaces. So it's just keto. I think there might be one or two for keto and another for vegan, because that's the meal plan that you're going to get. So let's see here. Okay, I'm on the website and having a hard time adding Cinch to my cart. Not sure what to do. So if you go, so Nalo, if you're on the website and if you're on the Cinch link, if you scroll to the bottom, there are multiple options. Choose whichever meal guide that you want, choose that. And then hit add to cart or something, and then it should walk you through the rest of the process. So, Janisha, do you provide examples of the exercises in the challenge? Good question, Janisha. Yes, I do. Each and every exercise in the challenge has a video demonstration of how to perform the exercise. Absolutely. And you could click on it, and when you start the workout, you could click on it to look at it, to see how to do it before you actually do it. Good question. Yes, I do. So, Duchess, yes, thank you, Duchess. I'm excited for you in this challenge, Duchess. Looking forward to February. Thank you. Yep. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Sean. Yep. So I got that from Janisha. Cynthia. Hey, Cynthia. How you doing? What do you eat before and after weight training? So me personally, I eat. I only drink water in the morning because I get it. Food settles in my stomach and it's heavy if I eat too much prior to my workouts, because I like to feel light. And a lot of time, and before, my workouts used to include sprints, and I would get stitch cramps if I drank too much, or if I ate. It was like my body was competing on processing the food, or do you want me to do the sprint? Which one do you want me to do? And it would give me stitch cramps. So that's why I just drink water in the morning with BCAA, branched chain amino acids. Helps with repair and soreness and all that stuff, and it gives me energy as well. And then afterwards, I have not eaten. I did work out today. I did not eat yet, so that's a little bad. But I was jumping on to come here. But normally I eat like eggs, turkey bacon. I do like if I worked out, I might eat some potatoes as well with my eggs. So that's what I eat. But you could have a protein smoothie. You do want protein to build back the muscle. And simple, when I said there's a place for simple carbs, this is the place for simple carbs. After your workout, to restore your glycogen levels that your muscles just use to execute on this workout. Okay, that's when you want simple carbs. So at that point in time, you can get away with, consuming simple carbs like, toast or with jelly and jam or something like that to restore the glycogen in your muscles after your workout. Let's see. Yes, February's going to be a good month, guys. This is going to be a great year. I have a feeling. Okay. What's the best way to lose belly fat? So Francis is asking, what's the best way to lose belly fat? What do you think? What do you think I'm going to say? What do you think I will say about the best way to lose belly fat? Anyone? Anyone dare to guess what I'm going to say? All right, no takers. One of you will say diet. Bingo. Bingo. Nutrition. It all stems there. Good nutrition. Eat healthy whole foods, fiber. Take a probiotic. Can help with any kind of digestion issues that people may have. Sugar. Greatly reduce the amount of added sugar that you add or consume daily. Yeah, see, they're doing all the work for me. Yes, reduce stress because cortisol, when you are stressed, a hormone called cortisol is produced and it tends to store fat, encourage fat storage around your midsection. Um, if you're going to do cardio, and cardio is not a bad thing, cardio is excellent for your heart. So don't go around telling people, well, Femme Fitale said don't do cardio. That's not what I said. I said prioritize building lean muscle. A great way to build lean muscle and retain lean muscle while performing cardio is HIIT, high intensity interval training. And that is, let's say you walk for a minute at, I don't know, 2.5 miles per hour, and then you sprint at 8.0 miles per hour for 30 seconds. And you repeat that 10 times. So that will help you. That has been known and studied to actually help you retain your muscle and not eat away at your muscle, because you're performing those sprints at such a high rate that it's tapping into, it's not getting to your consuming your muscle, it's consuming fat, which is what you want. Carbs and fat. Those are, your body initially consumes carbs, and once that runs out, then it'll start consuming fat for energy. So that's what I would do. Yep, reduce stress, cut the sugar. Yep, you guys know. But number one is nutrition all day, every day. People want to lose, they don't want their belly, but they want to be able to eat pizza and burgers and all that. And don't get me wrong, I eat those too. I don't eat them every day. And I don't eat them on such a regular basis that my stomach is now flipped over my waist of my pants. But we all can make improvements, right? But nutrition first and foremost, before anything, nutrition over anything. And read labels. Think about what you're eating and figure out what they're putting in the food, because you could be surprised. And I'm talking the back label, not the front label. That's all that market crap. Oh, organic. Vegan. I mean, the funniest thing I saw was, what was it? It was like they were advertising, it was like bananas. And they were like, gluten-free. I'm like, bananas are naturally gluten-free. I'm like, why would you put that on the front label? Because they know it catches people's eyes and people want to buy it, but bananas are naturally gluten-free. So I don't know why you had to label it gluten-free. So those are the kind of games that they're playing with these labels on the front. That's why you got to go to the label on the back. The nutritional facts. It will show you a breakdown of how much you're supposed to consume of that particular macro a day for an average adult American. And then it will tell you per serving what percentage of that daily intake does it include. I see a lot of foods high in salt and high in sugar, added sugar. So you want to be careful. And also when you read the ingredients list, by law, they have to list the ingredients from greatest to least. So the first 5 ingredients, if the word sugar is in there or synonym of the word sugar, put it back on the shelf. You don't need it. Put it back on the shelf. It's not your friend. Okay? Well, guys, I think, we're over time. I do this every week. Guys, we are over time. I hope this was helpful for you. Please leave comments of any future topics you'd like for me to talk about. Next week, got a jam-packed week. So I'm going to be talking with Angelique Fernandez on Wednesdays on living well and fitness and what fitness looks like in 2021. So you don't want to miss that. On Saturday at 10 o'clock, right here again, I will be talking with Ms. Tokes Ojoade. She is going to be talking to all of you about how she stays motivated to work out, because she's in excellent shape. She's a former client of mine, but she doesn't like working out. But she has some techniques that she would like to share with you guys of how she motivates herself to work out that you could possibly apply. And then the week after that, on the 13th, guess who I got coming back? You guessed it. I got Tamika G from Instagram coming back to talk to us about nutrition. We're going to finally get to talk about food, guys, and the best way to eat to lose weight. So she's extremely excited about that. We're going to be back here. So every Saturday, 10 o'clock, jump on here. I'm going to be here either sharing some tips with you directly or with a special guest. And then That following week after Tamika on the 20th, we're going to chill. I think I'm going to go dark that day because I have some family obligations. But then on the 26th or 27th, I have another guest for you. We got Kathy Sugar Girl Williams coming here to talk to you about how she reversed her prediabetes, diagnosis and lost weight in the process, and how you can do it too, and how you can become a sugar-free, living and loving woman like she is now. So look forward to that. Bookmark it. Make sure, I look forward to all of you attending and watching and asking questions, because they love questions and hearing from you guys. So thank you for spending your time with me this morning. Oh, Nayla, you signed up? All right. Once I get off this, I'm going to go process your registration. And you got an infusion bottle. All right. And I got to process that order too. I'm fulfillment. I do all the fulfillment and registration processing. I'm a one person show. I don't have staff yet. I haven't blown up like that yet. So that's cool. Let's see here. I just want to make sure I addressed everyone. So Francis says, my problem is eating at night because I didn't eat at work. So here's the thing, Francis, as far as belly fat, it doesn't necessarily matter. I would say you don't want to eat and then go right to sleep. Your body's like trying to digest your food and now you're sleeping. So I would try to cut off eating a few hours, at least like 3 hours before you go to sleep. But the time of day isn't necessarily the issue. It's what you're eating and how much of it, and the calories, and how much activity or lack thereof that you're doing. So, people always say, oh, I ate late at night. Well, like, only thing I would say about eating at night is you don't want to eat and then go right to sleep. That could cause some digestion issues. So I'm glad this was helpful. Nalo signed up for Cinch and Inch. The rest of you need to sign up. Trust me. I'm going to be a little more hands-on with this next round and going forward. Thank you, Nalo. I'm so glad you liked it. I hope you all did. If you did, leave some thumbs up, hit some hearts, and I'll be here next week with Tokes, talking about how to motivate yourself to work out. You don't want to miss it. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.